the next thing I find really hard to explain. It's because I was preparing this evening, and I was preparing the colours of my life, and I just found a new thought in that, almost like a new parable. And it is clear that in the Gospel of John, there's a kind of movement. Jesus is coming out of heaven, down to earth, and he wants to take us up into heaven. You see in the choice of words that there's a lot of down and upwards in the Gospel of John. And it's almost at the start that creation is redone. Because it says at the start of the Gospel, in John 1, it says, from the beginning was the Word. So it refers back to creation. And Jesus comes down to make his creation his own again, to make it light again. And I was thinking how odd it must have been for Jesus to be here on earth. Of course, he was fully man, so I don't know what he exactly knew from the time that he was creating the world with the Father. But there are references, for instance, in Proverbs, that there was wisdom, and that wisdom saw that all things were created. Now, Jesus is mentioned as the Word of God, and that in him all things were created. So I wonder what it must have been like for Jesus to go through the world and to see a tree and say, ah, yeah, that's mine. Yeah, we've done that. Or that he sees people around and saying, yeah, we made those. And you know, I know it's a silly thing to put it like that. But if you think about it, it was almost that Jesus came down to say, yeah, that's mine. Music, that's mine. Kerst, that's mine. You know, that's how he went through. That was his mission, to make it all his again. And then it's dreadful to read in the first chapter that, you know, his own received him not. And still he came in all his fullness, and also to show the heart of God. And I'm still deeply moved when I read the first chapter of the Gospel. And so he was treated as a guest, but in a way the world from the start was his home rather than ours. And by coming to our world, he gave us new glasses to look at the world. And that's why I think that, you know, so often we can be encouraged by things in creation to think about the goodness and the greatness of God. And that's what this section is about. For instance, the last song is called Dusk, and it's a song for my new album. And I've just heard the first draft for the new CD, which hopefully will come in October. And I think the arrangement expresses a lot of peace. And I think that's what it, for me, was about, that at sunset, I so often feel a change of mind, that I simply can trust in the Lord, that I don't have to worry about the things that have worried me during the days. And I think that's how Jesus would love to go with us through life, that he wants to point to all the things that he has made. As he said, well, look at the lilies in the field and don't worry, because tomorrow will be tomorrow, and today is today. Now, The Colours of My Life is a beautiful song, and I think especially the second verse can almost be like a verse that Jesus would like to sing to us. A bit like, okay, yeah, you've got wonderful colours in your life, but I think actually, you know, it might be like this. Just a little bit of a correction, a new set of glasses to give to us to look at creation. Now, the second song, A Nightingale Sang in Berkeley Square, is just a nice song. And I just love to sing that. And then Dusk is coming after that.